Hi friends, this is a plant lover Neil and you are watching Plants My Love. In today's video, I'll show you how to propagate jasmine from cutting. Jasmine is a tropical plant and it has got several different varieties. The variety that we'll be talking about is Arabian Jasmine. Arabian Jasmine is a native species of tropical Asia. It is grown in South Asia as well as Southeast Asia. In fact, it is the national flower of Indonesia as well as Philippines. In India, it is used in wedding ceremony as in garland, as well as it's a sacred flower, so it is offered to the gods during the puja time. Also, it is used in hair decoration. The Hindi term for it is called gajra. So basically, it's used to decorate the hair buns, and normally during a religious ceremony it is used. In South India, it's quite common. Arabian jasmine is also used for its smell. Wow, what a smell it has got. It's used for perfumes as well as a herbal tea is made in China using jasmine flowers. How it's produced is the jasmine flowers are freshly plucked and then they are mixed with green tea leaves. So over a period of 1 week or so, the green tea leaves absorb the scent of the jasmine flower, and you can then remove the jasmine flower from the tea leaves and then it's sold as jasmine tea. You can see this is the flower from our garden. I'll show it from close. So basically its Hindi name is Mogra and it can only be propagated via cutting because it does not produce any seeds or any fruit for that matter. I'll be propagating Arabian jasmine in a very hot climate, which is not ideal for propagation, hot and dry climate. Basically over here at present we have got 42 degrees normal. 42 degrees is the normal high. In the coming days it has been projected that it will go to around 44 degrees centigrade, but I'll show you how you can still propagate it from cutting if you take the proper precautions. So without wasting much time, let's get started. Okay friends, so this is my jasmine plant. You can see it's not very dense. It's actually quite old. It's around 5 to 6 year old plant. Previously it used to get very bushy and it used to flower a lot. But nowadays it's been having some problems. We used to cut it back every year and it used to grow double the size. But now you can see over here these stems, they have grown quite old. In fact, in some of them termite has also infected it. So you can see over here these are termite mounds that are being created. So to save this plant and give it a new life, I am planning to propagate it using cutting. You can see this bud which is going to bloom tomorrow. Also, one more issue with this plant is that it flowers only in 2 months. In the whole 12 months, it only flowers in the month of March and April. For the rest of the month, it goes into dormancy. The reason I suspect is because of its location. We are in the subtropic arid climate and it receives full sun only in the March and April month. And in June, July, when the monsoon starts, it's because of the cloudiness, it does not receive sun. But in the winter season, because it's been placed facing the north, in the winter season it does not receive any direct sunlight. I think because of this reason, it does not bloom in the winter season. So the second reason for propagating this plant from cutting is to change its location, so that in a different location I think it might bloom for a longer period. So let's start the process for taking cutting. I have checked online what kind of cutting should be taken, and normally people say either the new growth that is completely green or a semi-matured growth like the softwood, which is partially green and partially woody. So I'll show you the different kind of cuttings. You can see over here this is a new stem which is just been growing, and this is extremely soft. You can see it's so flexible. You can easily bend it. If you go down over here, you can see the stem is starting to become a bit thicker and bit firmer, but this is still a green wood cutting. And if you see, because this plant, this is completely hardwood, this you can see over here. This is because this is quite old plant, that's why it doesn't look very good condition, and this is the reason why I want to propagate it.
But over here you can see this is turning to become semi-hardwood. You can see it from here. This part is green, but over here it's starting to become woody. So this is kind of semi-hardwood, but it's quite short to take cutting. So I'll be taking cutting of both the green part, that's the new growth, as well as from the semi-hardwood. The reason I'm taking from the semi-hardwood is because the plant developed from semi-hardwood would be more mature and it would start blooming much quicker than the plant that we developed from the green part. So let's start. We will first take this cutting, this new growth. You can see the thicker the stem, much stronger the plant will be. So over here I'll cut it like this. You can see from here and there. This is one. Straight away I'll put it in water so that it remains fresh, like that. One we will take semi-hardwood. I'm not able to find a semi-hardwood because this plant had been cut back, so it's very difficult to find a semi-hardwood cutting. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this looks like a semi-hardwood cutting over here. Here you can see this part is green, but over here you can see it's turning to become woody. But if you scratch it, there will be still green stem being shown. You can see it's still showing green. So this is a semi-hardwood, and we'll cut it from the base over here, from where it is coming out, like that. There, it's quite a lot. And now I'll trim it back. Let's see. Here we'll remove this. I'll remove this also. And this will remove completely. So this much will be remaining, and there has to be 2 nodes at least. So we'll remove this leaf over here and this also. Okay, so this will be one cutting. You can see I've left one leaf. And let's see, this plant which is green completely. So this we will remove the lower leaves. First remove the lower leaves. Okay, the node area is important. From where the leaf emerges, from this area only the roots will start developing. The reason for that is because from this area either stem can develop, root can develop, or a leaf can develop. Here the cells are not differentiated. Depending on the environment in which this part grows, you can develop either of the things. That's why the most chances of root development is in the node region over here. And the top I will snip off. The reason I'm snipping off the top part is because I want it to focus on root development, not in shoot development. So I'll remove this new growth like that. And the leaves I'll chop it into half. This will reduce the water loss through transpiration. That is, from the back side of the leaf there are pores from which it loses moisture. To reduce that loss, we will be snipping the leaf into half. You can use a scissor. I'll use my hand because it's a bit difficult using that. Simply do like this. Over here, same thing. Like this. Like this. The bottom part. So this is our second cutting. And you can grow this as cuttings also. They are not that thick, but still it will grow fine. I'll take these two as also cuttings. This, removing the lower leaves, making the leaves half. Top growth. The shoots has to be trimmed. Remove the lower leaf. So basically you have to repeat the same process till you get all the cuttings prepared. Okay friends, so these are all my cuttings. You can see I've taken one semi-hardwood cutting over here, and all these are green cuttings, softwood cuttings. You can see there's all these are new growth cuttings. You can see. So in total, let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cuttings are there. Now let's go to the place where we'll be growing these cuttings. So over there you can see at that place I'll be placing the cuttings. This place is quite nice because it does not receive any direct sunlight, but it receives continuous indirect light. The wall basically is in the south side, and from the north side our house is placed, and the direct sun falls on our house, and because it's colored so lightly, the light gets reflected
basically diffused, and over here you can see there is bright indirect light, and this is the perfect environment for growing plants from cutting. And we'll be growing it in, as mentioned, very high temperatures, that is around 40 plus degrees centigrade, and still we'll be able to grow the plants from cuttings is only because of the reason that we'll be using plastic humidity domes, and we'll be keeping the plastic bag open from the top. You can either create a plastic humidity dome from polythene bags, which we'll be doing right now, or you can use a PET bottle. This is a soda PET bottle, and you can just have to remove the top and cut it from the bottom. So I'll show you. Remove this is the mint plant cutting, which I have grown successfully in this hot climate. You can see how fresh, and if I remove this for less than 15 minutes, the plant will start to wilt. It's so dry and it's so hot here. So it's so easy to create a special climate using just minor tweaks. So this humidity dome, you can see like that, it locks in all the moisture and it keeps the plant from drying out. Okay, so now the growing medium that we'll be using a inert growing medium in which bacteria and fungus cannot grow. You can grow it in sand or in an inert growing medium like perlite. This is basically used in potting soil to improve the drainage. It's quite good for growing plants from cuttings also. So you can use either this, or you can also use peat moss, or you can use coconut peat, or you can use sand, any inert medium which does not allow any fungus or bacteria to grow. It will be good for growing plants and cutting. Now it's quite sunny over here, so I should start transplanting it quickly, otherwise the plant will not grow that nicely. I'll be using rooting hormone, but it's not essential, especially for growing the softwood cutting. You do not require rooting hormone. Rooting hormone is required for the semi-hardwood and hardwood cutting, but it will improve the rooting chances because we don't have a quite nice growing condition over here. So anything that can improve the rooting chances will be quite nice. We'll be using these sticks. These sticks will be used to keep the plastic bag from touching the cuttings. If the leaves and the plastic gets in contact with each other, then because of the humidity, the leaves might get moldy. So to avoid that, I'll be using these sticks. This will also provide a support to the plastic bag from collapsing on itself. So in the windy conditions, the humidity dome will stay upright. So for both these reasons, we'll be using these sticks to support the humidity dome. So to install them, I'll be placing them in a triangular format. It provides the support in all the three directions. So simply insert this stick in the rooting medium like this, and the third stick I'll be inserting over here like this, there. And now we'll be watering this medium thoroughly. Water it till you see water coming out from the bottom. When that happens, you are sure that it's completely saturated with water. Let's see, the water is coming out. You can see from the bottom it's starting to drip. So now it's fully saturated. Now using this tool, I'll be creating holes for adding the cuttings. Let's see. First we'll put the cutting in the middle. In the middle we'll put the semi-hardwood cutting. Okay. Here is our semi-hardwood cutting. You can see this we have prepared with only one leaf, and there are two nodes. So in both the nodes I'll place inside the rooting medium. So this is the rooting hormone that I'm using. You simply have to dip it in water, the cutting, and then dip this in the rooting hormone. A layer will get pasted, and simply have to tap it so that the excess rooting hormone gets removed. And then simply add it in the middle like this. Okay, and now we'll cover it up. We'll water it again so you don't have to form the soil up that much. Now add the other cuttings also the similar way. First create the hole, any stick or any tool, then dip it in water, and then dip it in the rooting hormone like this, and then gently tap it to remove the excess, then place it in the hole like that, and then form the rooting medium around it so that it's nice and stable inside. And we'll keep doing this for the remaining cuttings. Okay friends, so all the cuttings I have placed in the growing medium, you can see. And now only thing left is the humidity dome. Before adding the humidity dome, make sure to water it again thoroughly so that the hole that we created does not have any air gaps between the cutting and the growing medium. So we'll again water it thoroughly. This will ensure that all the cuttings are firmly placed in the medium. Okay, now we'll be adding the humidity dome. So I'll be using 2 plastic bags. The first plastic bag I'll be placing it from the bottom like this. Simply we'll first roll this plastic bag like this, place the pot inside it here wherever you want to place it, and then we'll roll it up back like that. Okay, now the second plastic bag, we'll place it from the top. Again the same process, roll the plastic bag like this and then place it on both the 3 sticks like this, and now we'll roll it completely down. We'll be overlapping the bottom plastic bag with the top plastic bag like this. Press it down. You can use a single plastic bag if you have that big plastic bag. Since I did not have that big a plastic bag, that's why I'm using these 2 plastic bags. Okay, you can cut the polythene bag from the top edge like this to create the hole. Okay, this is essential if you are growing it in a hot climate, because the hot air is lighter, so it escapes from the top, whereas the humid moist air is lighter, so it stays at the bottom. So providing a vent at the top, you are allowing the growing medium to become cooler, because it allows the hot air to escape. So that's why it's quite essential, especially when you are growing it in a such bad climate. Okay, now I'll be using this mineral water bottle top to create kind of a vent like this. Okay, this will ensure that the hole is always open like this. There, so here is our vent. After adding the humidity dome using that same vent, I'll be adding a stream of water so that the entire humidity dome is moistened and the humidity starts building up in the cutting growing medium. So that's it, friends. If you like this video, don't forget to smack that like button. We'll be posting the update for this after 1 month, so make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel Plant Smeller. We'll be posting more informative gardening guides. If you are interested in gardening, hit that bell icon to get updated as soon as we post a new video. Thanks for watching, friends. See you later. This is Neil signing off. Bye bye.